Alright guys, this is Chris with at the homestead again. I promised you guys that I would get you guys a middle of the restoration video. This is it. Unfortunately, there was so much pitting rust throughout the blade, and you couldn't see it standing there looking, but unfortunately that's what happens when you are restoring tools. I'm not sure how well this is coming because the blades are thin, so we're probably going to skip the polish part of it, the mirror polish, like I was hoping, because if we go any deeper than what the pits are already at, then we're probably looking at thinning the metal and weakening it and then possibly breaking. And I was using sandpaper, 180, or that's 120 grit, and unfortunately that wasn't removing the rust like I was planning for it to do, and I'm all out of 80 grit. I don't have anything else to remove it, so I had to use a sanding pad, and that is just like a sandpaper buffer. There's no pad. I mean, it's not sandpaper, it's just like a buffer made for sanding metal. It's rusty, and it just slowly wears down as time goes, but they're like $10, and it's not I mean, it's still an angle grinder, but it's not a stone. I mean, it's a pad. It's just a big thick mesh pad filling thing. It busts it, but that's the finished product of that. I'll hit this with some sandpaper for a little while, but the handle turned out to be just gorgeous. I mean, it's drying. You can't even really see it. Well, yeah, you can't really see the color of it. Can a little bit there. Apologize, but yeah, what I've done is I just used my linseed oil up there. I've skylighted there. You can see a little bit of it there. But I completely sanded it down and restored it. So you guys just let me know what you think. Like I said, this is the middle video. It will get better. So I'll look better when I'm done with it. I will go ahead and put the handle on and start working with the flow of the handle this way with my sandpaper. But just like I said in my last video, shoot me some comments, some suggestions. If you know of any kind of different pads that I can get for my grinder to help aid in restoring. I do like doing it just sandpaper, but guys, I'm going to be honest with you. Sandpaper is wonderful. I mean, it works great. But unless you can get a deal on a big, I mean, that roll was about out to here. Well, it was about out to here when I got it. And I got that roll for $5 at an auction. Unless you run into something like that, you're going to spend a lot of money restoring these tools. And I mean a lot, because sandpaper is not cheap. You're looking at $10. Well, I paid $10 for 4 belts for my belt sander. I think I want to say $8 for 4 sheets of 80 grit. I mean, it's expensive. I can get this pad for, I think it's $8.90 something, and it lasts twice as long as the paper. And I sanded this whole blade in about, I'd say it took about 4 minutes, 5 minutes with it, down to where I was comfortable hitting with this paper. But I mean, it'll take it all the way down to the metal. Now, you won't. I mean, you'll see some sparks flying, like 1 or 2, few sparks flying, but you're not going to see many. But just leave comments, any suggestions, any ideas, or any homestead or comments or questions. I mean, questions. Ask all the questions you want to ask about restoring tools, how I hang my handles, what type of wood do I use, homesteading, gardening, anything that you want to know. Just ask. I'll have more videos. I just started this blog about 3 or 4 weeks ago, so I'll have more videos up, posted, and ready to go. So just ask me any question you want. Thank you, guys.